fellas.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am beyond stunned by this press conference.
This is embarrassing.
Flashkey just tried to ask something. He said he sounds like you're.
He said something about arrogance.
And when the no significance changes, and he didn't say any. I didn't hear what Friedman said.
What Friedman said was a lot of words, and they added up to absolutely nothing. That guy could talk all day without saying a friggin' word.
He said it was not for a lack of trying.
Yes.
We feel better now. It wasn't for a lack of trying that they went out early again for the third straight year.
Yeah.
Gee golly.
What are you going to do different? What are you going to do different? I mean, honestly, the question. How would you have phrased the question, John?
Andrew, Dave Roberts is your manager now. Oh, do I still have that?
Yeah, we're still listening in the background to Andrew. He's still not saying anything, by the way.
Is Dave Roberts your manager to start the 2024 season? Can you tell us that unequivocally now?
Yeah.
Nobody said it.
Right. Is Dave Roberts coming back, and if so, why?
Yeah, that's the only way to answer that ask that question.
Yep.
And let him answer it.
Yeah.
They definitely. You have to think.
Do you think that there was some message conveyed by the Dodgers that don't ask about Dave Roberts?
So this is the whole point of a press conference. So yes, I think you want with the fans. This is all but questions so that the fans can understand what's going on.
Right.
Not the beat writers. So I think they pulled all of the beat writers and all the athletic writers. Either A, he's coming back, don't ask about it, or just don't ask about it at all.
Right. And the question needs to be asked. The question's a totally fair question we talked about last week.
Important question. Most people out there, there's a bunch of people that don't want him fired, but there's a large that do.
Amount of people,
You have to answer that question.
Yeah. I don't get it. And, John, you said this is the difference between L.A. media and New York media. That may be right.
In New York, you worked in New York for a while. That question gets asked in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, you going to fire him? You going to fire Dave Roberts? What accountability does he have? If he comes back, what's going to be different next year? I mean, just simple, basic, like one-sentence questions would get to this. Instead, we're basically getting variations of the same question over and over and over again. Bergman, put in a request for Andrew Friedman.
Okay.
He's doing media today.
After we're killing the media, killing them,
Right.
I don't think they're going to be like, yeah, sure,
and
we'll put
him
them on
the
with you.
first question we're asking him is, what is the status of Dave Roberts?
Yeah, what's going on with Dave Roberts? That's what we want to know.
All right, I'm going to put in for him. They're going to say no.
Yeah, but do it.
I will. Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is
just
I knew he wasn't going to say a damn word.
Just surreal.
Yeah,
that
is ridiculous.
The fact that nobody, and I really like Bill Plaschke. I think he does a great job, and he is usually the one to get right in there and ask that question.
He's in that TJ Simers, let's irritate the big guy role.
Exactly.
Right.
For some reason, he felt that he could not ask the question. If it's obvious, if he didn't ask that question, he felt like he couldn't.
Unless it just feels like a dumb question because they're not going to do anything anyway.
Doesn't matter. You have to ask it.
Yeah, see, I agree. Because ultimately, the consumer here is not it's the fans. The fans want to know. Fans of the Dodgers want to know what's going to be different next year if not Dave Roberts.
So when we came back, Bill Plaschke was asking a question about if there's going to be changes, right? Basically, what he said was it's an organizational failure and not on one person or a few people. So doesn't believe in making changes just to say they did so and cover it up.
So the whole organization decided Lance Lynn, after 2 home runs, should stay in the game to give up the next 2?
100%.
That was an organizational decision.
And they should go to Austin Barnes and his 180 batting average.
And let's make sure Colton Wong comes up when the bases are loaded.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Makes total sense.
All the pieces fell into place, didn't they?
For Andrew Friedman, apparently. They could just say nothing.
What a friggin' year.
Aren't you mad, Ireland? Isn't that upsetting that this is a type of thing that gets put out there?
To me, it's more stunning than anything else that there could be a room full of reporters and
nobody would ask the obvious question.
We're now 34 minutes in, and the only thing people want to know about, and no one's asked it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the other stuff he said, blah, 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 our pitching, we had expectations. We didn't perform when we needed to perform. We scored 900 runs this year.
We tried really hard. We were really good.
We were working at it, and we didn't get there. Gosh darn it.
We'll try it again next year.
Speaking of not getting there, gosh darn it.
They're failing. This is a failure to not ask this question.
It is.
It is. A full-on failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't get it.
Yeah, I'll tell you. This is this is where I think the organization could use just a little bit of transparency. A little bit of if Dave Roberts is the guy, after what we've seen the last 4 years, why? Why is he the guy? What makes him the guy? All these are we're rephrasing this question 20 different ways to demonstrate that people in that room could have asked the damn question. Damn it.
Very, very weird presser. I've been to hundreds of press conferences.
Do you ever ask the tough question? Tough question.
If I was there, the first question I would have asked is, and it doesn't have to be accusatory or mean or anything, is, Andrew, what is the status of Dave Roberts as your manager? That's it.
Yeah.
And let him answer it any way he wants
Any
to.
way he wants. Exactly. Leave it
the
open-ended.
fact that name has not been mentioned in this press conference is stunning to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I guess we assume he's coming back.
I think there's no question he's coming back. I mean, we would get the bulletin if he wasn't coming back. That would have been the lead of the press conference. So he's obviously coming back. But what I want to know is if he's coming back, what's going to be different next year? Why is he the right guy to move the chess pieces around the board when I saw him make there were multiple instances, particularly the Lance Lynn incident, the leaving him in after 2 home runs, that raise questions about why Dave Roberts is the right guy for this team. And if there's not a more let's say I'm going to go back to the original. If Tommy Lasorda was the manager of the Dodgers this year, the Dodgers would still be playing.
Yeah, probably. But can't the exact opposite be said about this? He's not actually giving any vote of confidence. He's not saying, Dave Roberts is our manager next year. He's not saying anything. So can we not?
So you think him not saying anything might mean
that they're not going to bring him back because they're not saying anything about it.
But why would they not announce that he's not coming back now?
It's too early. They want to go through the whole process and think about it.
Ireland, what do you think of that theory? That he's not talking about it because he might be thinking about making a move?
I think Dave Roberts is coming back.
There's no chance that this is saying. But then if he is coming back, then why wouldn't you just say Dave Roberts is coming back?
Well, he said Dave Roberts at one point. He said Dave Roberts
no one
and his
has
staff.
Asked him that.
Dave Roberts and his staff did a great job.
Did a great job, but that's not saying. And he'll be our manager next year.
Yeah, he never went that extra step.
He has never said Dave Roberts is going to be our manager next year. He just said he did a great job this year.
So let me ask you some questions. Like, for example.
Oh, Travis says they just asked.
They just asked it, Trav?
37 minutes later. Go
37 minutes in. They finally asked it. Travis Rogers is here. Travis, how did it go down?
So it only took them 37 minutes?
And it was like they were inconveniencing him with the question. It's like, I can assume that Dave is coming back. It's like, yeah.
That was all?
That was it.
No critique of what Dave did during the series.
Not up until that point. When I heard it, I came in here to tell Greg that the question was finally asked. But it was, I can assume that Dave, and he nodded his head and said, yes.
It's like what I said last week when they lost. This is what they always do.
Yeah.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
There was another exchange a few minutes ago that was, the rate of Perdomo's ball, the expected home run rate was really low. Will Smith's was really high or a little unless the same song and dance you've heard a million times. So deeply frustrating to listen to.
Yeah, just wrong.
It just and with no, we're going to try to get more pitching, we're going to try to get better, and try to have
basically that's it. And that's the thing about we've had him on the show. He doesn't say anything.
Not much.
He can talk for an hour, and I think he's
getting close.
45 minutes now without saying a damn thing.
There hasn't been a lot in
But
there.
he did acknowledge Dave Roberts is coming back next year.
He did.
That's going to disappoint some people.
Like me?
Yeah, like me. Yeah. Like Trav.
I think everybody at this point. I don't know about Ireland. I don't know if you
Ireland,
are
do you want Dave? Would you make a change of man? I don't want to say, do you want Dave gone or do you want him fired or anything? But would you make a change of manager?
It depends who you're bringing in. Who are you bringing in?
I'm bringing in one of the young guys like Skip Schumacher, who went to Miami last year. I'm bringing in Craig Counsell, who's won divisions for the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm bringing in the bench coach from Detroit, George Lombard. I'm bringing it. These are the guys that have been around organizations and understand the way the analytics is integrated into the scouting and all that stuff. There are a lot of really good bench coaches. The way Skip Schumacher was that went to Miami. There are a lot of guys like that. We wouldn't necessarily know their names at this point.
By the way, the press conference is now over. And I guess they just asked it at 1 minute as a throwaway. So we can assume Dave Roberts is coming back.
Yep.
We can assume exactly what I said a week ago is going to happen. They're going to come out and say, we tried and we're running it back next year with all the same
And
people.
fans are allowed to be pissed off about it. I'm pissed off about it.
Nobody asked about Ohtani. It's like weird.
Yeah, although is that league? I don't know how those. Is there such a thing as tampering?
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent. Nobody asked about Ohtani?
No.
Because I think that's their whole friggin' strategy. Their whole strategy is, well, we'll sign Ohtani and everybody will forget that we flamed out the last 3 years in the playoffs. Is that really that is going to be the strategy? Although a lot of people think now they're not even going to get Ohtani. There are other teams in the market for Ohtani, which is kind of what there was an implicit, not an implicit. There was hope that they would sign Ohtani. I just don't know if that's the case anymore. And by the way, he can't pitch next year anyway, so it doesn't solve our biggest problem.
So Jorge and Travis just said that they did ask about Ohtani, and he said, I can't answer that right now. I guess it's not in the rule book that he can answer it at this moment.
Okay. All right. Got it.
So they asked about Clayton Kershaw, and they said they'd welcome him back with open arms if he wants to come back, but it's up to him and Ellen.
Yeah, none of the names you mentioned has me doing cartwheels. Like, I don't necessarily think Craig Counsell's done anything that Dave Roberts hasn't.
He hasn't.
No,
I don't think
voice.
Skip Schumacher has done anything that Dave Roberts hasn't.
Right. No, but if you measure it by that, of course not. Nobody has won, 7 straight division titles. Mm-hmm. No, you're not going to find that guy out there. So if you're going to make a change, you've got to remove a guy with 7 consecutive. Isn't it 7 consecutive?
No,
division
not
titles?
Consecutive, but he's won 9 out of 10.
Right. No, it's 10 out of 11.
10 out of 11. So who are you going to find with that record? No one. Nobody has that record. Nobody in baseball. He's got one of the highest winning percentages in the history of baseball among managers. So, no, you're not going to find somebody with those credentials on the market, but you can find somebody who's the next big thing. You can find, to borrow from a different sport, you can find whoever the next Sean McVay is. You can find whoever. Nobody was excited about that necessarily when they brought in Sean McVay. You can bring in somebody young, and I think the great example is Skip Schumacher, who was actually a really good Dodger there for a year or two.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do a damn thing.
So can I get a guest?
What do you want?
I'm going to shock you all. I want to bring on Bill Plunkett.
What?
I want to bring on Bill Plunkett and ask him straight up why he did not ask about Dave Roberts.
Call him.
Yeah, see if he'll do it.
Call him.
The press conference just ended, and he has to write about it, so he might say no. But, yeah, if we can get Bill on, he'll be honest at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say, were you told that you could not ask about Dave Roberts?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. All right, so we'll try. I don't know where we are in this show anymore. Where are we in the show? I know it's a combo plate. I know we're on Dole 3, and
yeah, the show just got a lot easier because we just ran 38 minutes of Andrew Friedman saying nothing.
You
hear that? Garbage. It was garbage.
That was a garbage.
You're allowed to use that in this case.
Garbage.
All right, thank you.
It was trash. That press conference was trash.
All right, where's Bill?
Where are we in the show now?
We're about to go into Wheel of Questions.
Okay, we are.
But you
in
have
the
a read,
spot.
so if we're doing this on the air, you have a Jacob and Rami.
Okay, good. Thank you for doing it on the air. I appreciate that. All right, let me tell you about Jacob and Ronnie. So here's the thing. If you're injured in an accident, the most important thing is to see a doctor right away and get back on the road to recovery. But what happens if you call your doctor and they don't have an opening for a week or maybe even 2 weeks? When you call Jacob, you know Jacob is going to handle all aspects of your case. That includes getting you a doctor's appointment, usually the same day with the doctor in your area. And the doctor doesn't get paid until the end of the case. So you don't have to pay a penny out of pocket to get the health care that you need. So even if you're in between jobs or you don't have health insurance, Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com, and make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook. Go to @call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Here's another shot at $1 million. Join producer Jorge and the Fun and Games department for a Monday Night Football watch party. That's this Monday starting at 5 p.m. inside Century Bar and Grill at Hollywood Park Casino. Enjoy your game day menu favorites, cheer on your team, and have a chance to win $1 million. Press the flesh with producer Jorge. We'll see you at 5 p.m. Monday. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
It's SUV month at Kia of Carson. Save all month long on the 2024 Kia Tellurides and Seltos. Gas prices a concern? We have you covered with great deals on Sorrento hybrids and plug-ins, as well as Sportages. You can enjoy great fuel economy with no range anxiety. We also have the Nero Hybrid, which gets an EPA estimated 53 miles per gallon city driving. Visit KiaofCarson.com, select your SUV, and unlock your deal. Or check out our huge inventory in person. We're sure to have what you're looking for.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things: getting projects done right with Behr Premium Plus interior paint
and football.
That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. And with Behr's wall-to-wall coverage and long-lasting durable finish, you'll spend less time worrying about your walls,
which means more time for football.
For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Behr and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for?
What is this?
It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, spinning the Wheel of Questions, and the question is, why didn't they fire Dave Roberts? No, that's not the question. That's not the question. The question is this. If we all, meaning the four of us, Brian, Bergman, you, and me, if we all got stranded on an island, who's the leader, who organizes everything, and who dies first? We're all stranded on an island together.
I would leave and go to the other side of the island to get away from you chumps.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
I actually believe that, too.
Yeah. So
I know we're stranded on this island, but if it was any other island.
Yeah, I would go to the other side of the island to improve my chances of survival.
I'm surviving.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else
Who would be the leader?
I would. I'm the only one that would stay calm.
Just because you have a title.
No, I'm not worried about that. It's not the Mao thing.
So
I'm the only one that would stay calm in these situations.
You don't think
Mason
I'm calm?
would run away with the wind.
I'm not calm.
Yeah.
I'm always calm.
Brian,
I'm always calm.
Well, I'm
always calm. What are you talking about? I'm always calm.
I'm great in a crisis. I am the best in a crisis.
You ran from the wind.
That was a safety issue. I was worried about you guys.
You were worried about you. That's why you ran away and let the whole structure
well, the
fall
whole
on
thing
us.
was falling.
Yes, it fell on us.
I'm the alpha. I would run the island.
Yeah, I have
Brian,
a better
how about
chance
you?
of surviving if I
think
get away
I'm the
from
alpha.
you
I
three.
will run the
Brian
island.
thinks he's the alpha, and he's going to run the island.
Brian, I think Brian would just be like, "Hey, yeah, what do you need me to do? I'll do whatever you need me to do."
Yeah, I would be
I
like,
think you would be like, "All right, hey, you want me to build something? I got it."
I'll be
just trying to
elected
survive.
president of the island. I will be the island president.
The only people that would be voting is the four of us.
Who dies first?
No, probably me because I went off by myself.
There we go. Ding, ding, ding.
But I'm going out my way, damn it.
Dead on some beach on the other side of the island.
Exactly.
Mason would be like Piggy.
Greg, I would create you could come over to the other side when you wanted to play golf. I would create an entire golf
Wow, they're
course.
leaving us.
We would actually take some of the sticks and create golf clubs.
Exactly.
And me and Brian would find something to smoke.
Yes, we would.
You would just find whatever you could.
We would enjoy
Whatever.
ourselves.
Here's
some
even if you
grass.
can't get the good stuff. As long as it's green, I'd give it a shot. All right, so there you have
Can
it.
I smoke the coconut?
There's your classy wheel of
Coconut
questions. Let's go to Larry in Temecula. Hey, Larry, you're in 710. What's up?
Hey, guys, listen, I'm a big Dodger fan for years. Give me a minute here because I don't happen to agree with everybody that wants to fire Dave Roberts.
Okay.
A couple reasons why. Number one, did he make a couple of mistakes in the playoffs? Yeah, he probably did. But at the end of the day, what we all know is that a lot comes from up top. Dave Roberts may have gone in and said, hey, I want to start Ryan Pepio in that last game, and maybe somebody else above him said, no, we want to start. So we know how this works with the Dodgers. Dave Roberts, on your own station, you guys multiple times this year gave applause to Dave Roberts for the job that he did this year. He had no pitching. Okay, it starts at the top with how did they build this pitching rotation? It wasn't built out very well, and the fact of the matter is, and I didn't want to see the Dodgers go down in the first round, but Dodgers were not winning the World Series this year without pitching. I mean, that's the bottom line.
So, Larry, you wouldn't change anything in management.
I didn't say that. I said I would not change Dave Roberts.
All right. So
Dave Roberts has done a stellar job.
All right, Larry. If we put Larry, Larry, if we put Larry from Temecula in charge of the Dodgers, you are the president of the team. You can do whatever you want. What do you do?
Well, I would build a better pitching staff, and I will tell you this: I followed that team since the '60s, and one thing I will tell you: Andrew Friedman puts together a pretty good lineup. But I have never loved what Andrew Friedman has done with that pitching staff. He has passed on so many opportunities to bring in quality pitching, and for whatever reason, we put together a pitching staff this year with a bunch of guys coming off injury, and you don't really know what's going to happen with them. The one thing he did try to do at the deadline, he tried to bring in Eduardo Perez.
Right, and he vetoed it, yeah.
On that. We didn't have the pitching this year coming out of spring training.
All right, hey, Larry, we got to let you go.
Thanks, Larry.
All right.
Passionate Dodger fan.
Yeah, but we've got Bill Plunkett, who covers the Dodgers for the Orange County Register, a longtime friend of the show. Bill, thank you for doing this. We know you're in the middle of all this. We were curious, were you guys told not to ask about Dave Roberts, or did everybody in the room already know that was Roberts was coming back and it wasn't a topic that was going to be discussed?
Nobody tells us what to ask.
Okay.
I mean, you know better than that, John.
Sure.
It was essentially answered early on in the midst of another question. I forget exactly where, but he essentially said no staff changes. So there wasn't a whole lot of reason to push on that. It was asked again later towards the end just to clarify, very specifically, is Dave going to be back? And he said unequivocally yes.
Did anybody ask about leaving? Did anybody ask about leaving Lance Lynn in to give up 4 home runs? Was that an organizational failure or was that a Dave failure?
There wasn't a whole lot of play-by-play to be dissected. No. Yeah, that was. If you read what I wrote, I said he sat there on his hands and watched 1,600 feet worth of home runs that inning.
Yep, he
did. Yeah.
Bill, I guess I'm just surprised that because you can't fire all the players, and Andrew Friedman's not going anywhere.
You can fire some of them.
Yeah, good point. And I guess I'm surprised that Roberts wasn't more a topic of conversation. Were you surprised at all by that?
Not by that. I mean, I don't think you can hang this one on Dave Roberts. I mean, he did a really good job during the season, and then there were 3 games when his starting pitching exploded on him. I don't know what you can expect him to do. He yanked Bobby Miller pretty early.
Sure he did. Quick hook, that was the right move.
And he yanked Clayton Kershaw after 8 batters. Should
Yeah.
Should we be criticizing him for not taking him out after 6 batters? I mean, I think that game, the ship had sailed. I don't think anything he did was going to change that. So,
okay, I'm going to ask you a dumb hypothetical question, Bill. You can expect dumb from me on a regular basis.
Hang on, let me finish on that one though.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I am disappointed in the performance of the assembled media at that press conference. I expected this to be much more antagonistic and confrontational than it was. They just lost in 3 straight games to the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
And lost in the first round for the second year in a row, 3rd time in the last 5 years. I was prepared to make this a very probing, confrontational press conference and try and at least saw through the word salad that I expected to get.
That is always word salad with him. That's true.
So, Bill, why didn't that happen?
Was not.
Why didn't that happen?
I don't know. You got to ask the other guys. I tried my best with the 2 questions I was able to get in. It was a lot of talk about starting pitching, justifiably so. But I just thought there should have been more of a push at. And I tried to ask it in my last question.
What was your last question?
If this was a second straight organizational failure, you do not sound like you're going to make any significant changes in response. Is that arrogance, or is that steadfast confidence in the way you do business?
And
obviously we know in his case it's steadfast belief in what he thinks is the right way to do things.
With a dash of arrogance.
Oh, a boatload of arrogance if you're around here every day. Yeah. His answer basically was, we're not going to make changes just to make changes. We'll change what we think needs to be changed. Well, clearly they don't think anything needs to be changed.
Yeah, that stuns me, Bill.
Ho-hum, here we go again. See you in October for the meltdown.
It's going to be really hard to get 3.8 million fans excited about winning another division next year.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, Bill. Well, Southern California News Group. You can read Bill all over the place. You must be. Are you relieved the season's over?
I would never say that publicly.
Got it.
Good answer.
Got it.
Bill,
Good answer.
thank you for doing this, man. I know,
Thanks,
I know
Bill.
it's a busy day for you. Really appreciate you coming on, man. Good talking to you.
All right, there's Bill Plunkett. All right.
So he just said he thought it was going to be what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Confrontational, and he used
antagonistic,
the word probing,
and there was none of that.
None of it. He said he got 2 questions. He asked the one about, are you being arrogant?
Yeah.
What, you're really not going to change anything?
Yeah.
And I guess this is, I mean,
I guess this is their way
you
now.
know, I said a couple of weeks ago, this is the new Atlanta Braves in the 90s.
Yeah.
They're going to win the division every year. And then
with the same manager.
If the postseason doesn't go their way, we'll just run it back.
Yep. All right. Morales, why did you not come here and talk about Dave Roberts? What is this? What is this?
He'll get there.
He's got a plate full of lazy dog free lunch.
Yes, he does.
It was
lazy
delicious.
dog was fantastic.
Delicious.
Chris, please tell me you got some of that banana pudding with the vanilla wafers
the
in there.
banana
Still back there.
pudding.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, coming up next, we're going to do some What's Up Fool. It's a combo plate today. Shadano and Cap are coming up
no
at
2 o'clock
3.
call of the day because we're only on until 3, and Sedano and Cap will be in here at 2:55 for Supercross.
Correct. And I wrote the game. I think I wrote a game. I'm not sure if I.
If not,
I think I wrote one.
If not, do this.
Yeah.
Just rest on your laurels from previous game of games and just say, sorry, this is what you get.
Yeah, right. No, not bad.
And we'll call it the Dodger-themed game. Like, yeah, we know we lost, but let's run it back.
Yeah, let's just do it again. All right, Mason in Ireland.
Morales only has so many bobbleheads he can destroy. If you people don't care after that, what can we do?
Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
and Michelle, now mornings 6 to 10 a.m. on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
2 o'clock. Look who's here. It's a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. Luckily, I got Lazy Dog here to talk about. Our friends at Lazy Dog Restaurants brought in food for us today. Of course, they've got a new beautiful location that we're going to all be hitting up after Laker games.
Right?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Unlike that Dodgers press conference.
All right, Chris, trivia question to start your hit here.
Oh, this chicken's amazing.
And the whole spread.
Lazy Dog.
The Lazy Dog whole spread back there is unbelievable.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Chris, who's this?
Oh, that's either England Dan or John
Boom!
Falcone.
How about that? Just
England
from that.
Dan. Who names
I think it looks like young Andy Reid.
Who names their kid England?
I don't know, but this meatloaf is the greatest meatloaf
I heard
I've ever had.
England Dan was not even from England.
Oh, really?
It's like Catfish Hunter never had anything to do with catfish.
We got to play some England Dan John Falcone.
Oh, we really do.
They're one of my favorite yacht rocks.
Are they?
Before we get to call of the day,
We're going right into. You should do a live open for What's Up Fool.
Stand by. Can I tell you about more about Lazy
please
Dog?
do.
Lazy Dog Restaurants, they just opened that location at LA Live. They've got one right behind the Honda Center, not far from my house on Catella in Maine. They've got locations across Orange County and 8 other states. So if you're traveling, go to Lazy Dog, Jack.
Yeah.
Plus, they've got those TV dinners.
What is that main course that you're eating?
meatloaf?
It looks like. Is that what it is? It looks fantastic.
It looks good. Looks good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Chris, I cannot recommend strongly enough the banana pudding with the vanilla wafers.
Once I get done with this, I'm going to go get the banana pudding.
You know,
and then BAM!
Yeah, you know, I love, like Lazy Dog here, everybody was hungry, right? And so I look over, and it's like a gazelle has gone down.
Oh, my gosh,
and,
yes.
and the lions and tigers have
the
come out.
entire
They're, like,
staff
attacking
migrated
the
to the
food.
break room.
I told producer War, because we were walking to me, hey, can you give me a plate? Because I got to eat it on the air.
Yeah.
Or else it's all going to be gone.
Right.
You guys know this. You drop food in a radio station.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And
There's
now
always
that
food at a
now
station.
that our break room is bigger than the Crypto.com media room, it goes quicker now.
I love that everybody is excited about this. Sleewa was telling about it
people
on
are
Saturday
thrilled.
night. He was so upset.
Yeah, the assembled media are going to be thrilled with this, apparently.
You know, the days of them getting favorable media coverage, I think, are coming to a
Oh, you think
crashing halt.
the press room is
Well,
so bad,
it's
the coverage is going to be
no,
bad.
it's exactly what we're talking about. If you have good food and a good setup there, everybody mocks to it. Or everybody goes to it.
Yeah.
And if you don't, no one
even goes to the press
No
room.
one cares. Now, think of. It's just weird. But back to Lazy Dog. This is one of the nicest spreads we've ever had. Yes.
It is really nice.
So you say, Chris, there's one next to the Honda Center,
Yes.
and there's now one at LA Live across the street
Absolutely.
from Crypto.
And they're all over town. Go to Lazy
all
Dogs.
over. And by the way, if you're coming to a game downtown, this is a perfect spot. In fact, I think we're going to do a Kings game in 2 weeks, and we're going to have dinner.
We'll make
at
sure
Lazy
you have
Dog.
the tickets this time.
Yeah, no, do make sure the people come.
Yeah, that's right. You
remember
went
that
to a
story.
Kings game once, and they forgot.
Whoa, no, everybody. It was a great night. Still a great night.
Still a great night.
I thought it was
Steve.
good job,
Harvey.
John. Good
Yeah.
job. I wanted to get that dig in.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't want to pick on
If it's a
people.
choice between eating at the media room or going to Lazy Dog, I'm going to Lazy
Lazy
Dog. I'll tell you
Dog.
that
By the
right
way,
now.
that LA or the Staples Crypto.com media room was giant. They had that other room where like people used to file their reports, like it was the set.
Yeah,
Gone.
that side room.
Gone.
That's gone entirely.
No, it's been shrunk down
The
to
secret writers' room.
Yes,
No.
the
Where am I going to file my reports?
The secret file my reports room is now the size of a closet.
I was like never allowed in the secret file your reports
well,
room.
now you won't be able to fit in it.
Is that it's that tight?
Oh yeah.
Who's filing anymore? Like
Yeah.
Hacksaw.
And with that,
The high speed chat. Do a live What's Up Fool intro.
it is our wheel of questions. Which are we doing?
No, we're doing What's Up Fool.
Oh, that's right. It is time for What's Up Fool. Hit the drop.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Take it away, Corporate Gray.
Thanks, Morales. I'm still angry about this Andrew Friedman thing, but I'm going to try and do it differently.
You and 3.8 million Dodger fans.
It's just ridiculous.
It is
but
a
anyway,
joke.
so I'm sure you saw the story that Kim Ng is leaving the Miami
Yes.
Marlins, and the reason for it was apparently it's because they decided to have her try and be the number 2 on the number 2.
After she led a team with no payroll to the playoffs.
That they were going to hire a president of baseball operations over her.
Over Kimming.
After all of that. What is Miami thinking by doing that?
Miami would screw up a ham sandwich, Greg. If you
Ooh,
think
ham
about
sandwiches.
the history of the Marlins, you know, they had Project Wolverine with Derek Jeter, which they said they were all in on. And
they
then,
had 2 World Series that they both tore down.
Yeah, and then as soon as Jeter started to get some traction, they ran him off. Then they bring in Kim Ng, and despite all the chaos, she gets them to the playoffs, and now they're blowing her out. Prediction. Kim Ng will be the new general manager of the Boston Red Sox by the end of next week.
That makes sense, but they didn't blow her out. She left.
Well, here's what happened. They offered her an extension.
Right.
And told her that we're bringing in a president of baseball operations above you.
Yes.
You will be VP and general manager. And she said, no, thank you.
As she
and
should.
I say good for Kim Ng.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strikes me as a little sexist.
Well, it happens to men, too. I mean, they organizations do stuff like this all the time. They'll bring in someone over you, and you don't have control. It was the old Bill Parcells line. If they hire you to cook the dinner, they should let you buy some of the groceries.
Right. I mean, she's the one that's going to be, if it goes wrong, she's the one that's going to take the blame.
Right. I'm proud of her. I'm glad she left.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her.
We
I hope she
used to
gets
have her on the
another
show
gig.
when she worked for the Dodgers. She's really smart. She knows what she's doing, and I hope she gets the Red Sox job.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, Roger Goodell this last weekend in London said that they're not in the works yet, but they are strongly considering hosting a Super Bowl down the line in London.
Hate it.
I hate
that
it too.
idea.
I think it kind of
not
stiffs
the
the
Super
local
Bowl,
fans
not
and all
the
that stuff.
Super Bowl.
Right, so your guys' thoughts is no, not at all.
Absolutely
well, here's
not.
the thing. I'm Brian. I'll take it a step further. I'm against having any regular season games overseas. If you guys want to go, it's same thing with the NBA. The NBA is now playing some real regular season games overseas. Knock it off. All right. If you want to grow the game and you want to have an exhibition game over there or a preseason game over there, I'm doing my 6th one tomorrow night.
Right.
I've done them in China. I've done them in Bakersfield. I've done them all over the place. They're ideal for that.
Right.
But the regular season should matter. It should mean something. And nothing matters more than the Super Bowl.
How are you going to replace all the revenue that they get for playing these overseas games?
They'll get the exact same amount of money for a preseason game. They'll charge the exact same amount for tickets. They'll put it on TV. It'll be the exact same thing.
So the Super Bowl is a non-starter. I fully believe that there will be a franchise in London sooner or later. I think it's absolutely going to happen. The NFL...
Jacksonville wants to go there. They're just not letting them go.
The NFL is huge in Europe.
Right.
Huge in Europe. Especially Germany and Great Britain, huge. I think the NFL wants to grow the game worldwide, and the best way to do it is to expand to London. So I'm completely in favor.
Let me throw at you what the English Premier League does.
Right.
The English Premier League sends, I'll use Manchester United, my favorite team, as an example, on a U.S. tour after the Premier League season is over. So the English Premier League games all get played in England, in all the various cities. Then when the season ends, they say, let's grow the game in the United States, and they go play in New York, Chicago, L.A., Seattle, and grow the game that way. The games that matter, the regular season and certainly the Super Bowl, should not be played out of our country.
Well, the Super Bowl, to me, that's a total and complete non-starter. I think in 5 years we'll be sitting here talking about the London Jaguars or the London whatever they are, because Shad Khan really wants to move there, and he will make bank in London. And you know what? And it will grow the game. Europe is a huge market. To get into it is huge for the NFL. So Super Bowl is a non-starter, but I understand regular season games, sir.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, so Post Malone has recently teamed up with Raising Cane's and opened a Dallas Cowboys-inspired Raising Cane's in Dallas, Texas, that has a 32-foot drive-through star at the start of the drive-through. Inside looks pretty insane, and they even have a couple vending machines with exclusive merch. And it got me thinking, I don't know how successful this could be with any other team, necessarily. Is there like a team that you could think of?
If the Dodgers or the Lakers did this, it would work.
Yeah.
You think it would work
if you had a Lakers-related Raising Cane's, people would... Matter of fact, there is a Raising Cane's right down the street from the Lakers practice facility.
Oh, really?
So if Raising Cane's was willing to pony up, and if you use
you
the
gotta
Laker,
get rights for
yeah,
it.
if you use the Laker brand name, you got to pay for it. But if they were willing to do that, I think it would be a big hit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could do it with the Lakers. I think you could do it with the Dodgers. I think you could do it with the Yankees. I mean, there are certain teams that you can do it with that are big enough for it to make sense. Now,
by the way, if you did one for USC, it would be all you can eat. You could do whatever you want, but there'd be no trash cans, no way to defend your eating. It would just, you would have nothing to do.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
No
you
way.
guys have all catastrophize the state of the Trojans.
Yeah, like you say, their defense is pretty good.
Sneaky
they allow,
good.
They allow
good.
40 points a game.
They
They're
did not lose to Notre Dame because of the defense.
That's true, but they allowed 40 points a game.
Right, but you can't put it on the defense.
Not that game.
No.
All the other games.
Yeah.
Their defense is giving up 40 points a game.
Undefeated in the Pac-12 and still a chance to go to the playoff. That's why I'm looking at this.
Are you really trying to say that the defense is not the reason that they give up 40 points a game?
The defense
in
was
that
not,
game, he's right, actually.
The defense is not
in
the
that
Notre Dame game.
Fine. That's one game. But what about all the other ones?
Yeah, that's my point. You've played 6 games. 5 of them, your defense sucked.
Look, their defense is not great. It is better than it was last year. Still
just
not
be
good enough.
honest that they're bad.
No,
just say they're bad.
There are actual numbers that support this. There are numbers that support it. The back end of the defense is terrible. The front end of the defense gets pressure on the quarterback. They're a terrible defense, but they do
They're
have
a terrible
a
defense, but
they're
not that terrible.
They're fifth in the country in
They're
sacks.
a terrible defense.
There is no but.
They lead the league. They lead football.
Eliminate the but.
Just stop.
Tackles for loss.
Just stop that. It's a
You
terrible
guys,
defense.
You guys all write USC off. Everybody's written them off. It's not over yet.
So you're guaranteeing victory against Utah this week?
Did I say guarantee?
I'm asking.
They're going to beat Utah this week.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're absolutely
They're
are.
absolutely
absolutely
not
They're going to
Utah.
lose 2 of their next 4 games.
No.
Maybe more.
No.
Well, that'd be interesting.
They can.
Yeah, and then Lincoln Riley would blame the media.
Of course.
And suspend 3 reporters.
Suspending Mason. You're not allowed on the field anymore.
Yeah. No, I would be allowed. I'm the one guy that thinks I still have a chance.
It's the 3 of us that wouldn't be allowed.
I'm on Lincoln Island.
Mace is the president of the Alex Grinch fan club.
Look, I can say that the UCLA offense is bad. It's
Right.
a bad offense. You can say that the USC defense is bad.
Can you
You
say
it.
Can you say it's better than last year?
I mean, if they were the last,
it is better than
Well,
last year.
they were last in
That's
so many
all
things
I've
last
said
year.
is they're better than last year. They're not good
Why
enough,
can't
but they're
you just
better than
say
last year.
It's a bad defense.
Because
It's
they're better
like-
than last year.
Colorado is better than last year. USC is not better than last year. They were bad last year, and they're bad again.
Their defense is better than last year.
They went from 135 to 132.
Catastrophizing the state of the Trojans. Actually, you know what? I absolutely guarantee they're going to beat Utah on Saturday. Mark this tape. We will be celebrating a win over Utah on Monday.
2:12:50 is the time code,
2:12:50.
Brian Cohen. Save that to play on Monday.
And they will win because of their defense.
Oh, wow. That's a bold
Oh, screw
statement.
you people.
It's ridiculous.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
all
so
there was?
I mean, we took the first 5 minutes doing other things.
Yeah, that's true. That's all right.
And we took the first half hour waiting for someone to ask Andrew Friedman about Dave Roberts, and no one ever did.
Just once. All you needed was once.
All right, coming up next for you.
Wait. Can we do the Mark Sanchez thing?
Oh, yeah, we'll do the Mark
Okay.
Sanchez thing. So Mark Sanchez coined an expression or used an expression during the game.
I want to know if you guys think I should steal this expression or if it's too weird.
Yes.
There's a chance it is too weird.
Okay. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Steve, who wins the AFC West this year?
Well, 5 words for you. I believe in Mark Sanchez.
Oh, no.
You heard the story before, guys.
It all comes down to Decision Day. The last match of the regular season is here for the black and gold.
Jump for LA Football Club, Olay! Olay!
Saturday, every team in the league is in action and battling for playoff seeding. LAFC look for their 3rd straight win before the playoffs as they visit the Vancouver Whitecaps.
LAFC!
Pre-game coverage starts Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun and Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar. Win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. ESPN, don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
What's up, people? It is, Tuesday? Yeah, we heard, I think Bill Plunkett coined the phrase. He didn't coin the phrase. He used the phrase word salad. We heard Andrew Freeman, president of baseball operations for the Dodgers, say a whole bunch of stuff. It did not amount to very much at all. It is clear that what the Dodgers are doing is nothing. They're not going to make any organizational changes, despite what was the most embarrassing playoff loss during the Dave Roberts run.
Run it back!
Yeah, let's just run it back.
Let's run it back.
Let's just, definition of insanity,
Okay.
over and over again.
So if you're an announcer like me, a play-by-play guy, you're always looking for new phrases,
yes,
new things to use, new descriptive jargon.
Yes.
All right? And Mark Sanchez said something over the weekend that I'm going to admit, well, first of all, Mason and I love Mark Sanchez.
He is great. He's a great guy.
We like him on the air. We like him off the air.
I saw him at the SC game just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You believe in him.
We
Totally
believe in Mark Sanchez. Yes. But he used a phrase, and I want the three of you to tell me if I should steal it or leave it alone. Brian, you got it?
I got it.
Okay, go for it.
Kenneth Gainwell, Bryce Hall out there on the coverage, and the Jets defense gets the 3 and out.
I mean, are you kidding me? They can't get this guy to the turf. Jalen Hurt, what is he? I mean, it's like a salmon covered in Vaseline, bro. This guy's just too slippery. He refuses to go down.
He's like a salmon covered in Vaseline.
Just too slippery.
Greg, should I steal it or is it too weird?
I mean, it makes sense, I guess, if you think about it.
But when do you cover a salmon in Vaseline?
You don't. Wouldn't the Vaseline come off in the water?
I don't think you want to steal it exactly. I think you want to say like
the ball slipped out of LeBron's hands. It was like a salmon covered in Vaseline.
What about?
I mean,
but you don't
you
want
should
to
do that anyway.
Steal it directly. I mean,
no, I would give Mark full credit.
As Mark Sanchez says,
say it's a trout covered in lube, and it's the exact same thing. Right? Isn't that not? That's
basically
the same thing.
I have never heard that particular phrase. That sequence of words. It's like a salmon covered in Vaseline.
I mean, if you said like a salmon covered in butter, I would understand it.
Sure, that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I think what he was saying is like if you're handling a salmon,
it's slipping out of your
like if you're in Pike's Market in Seattle and you're chucking salmon and it's got Vaseline on it, you can't hold on to it.
That's true.
Brian, what do you think? Do I adopt it or leave it alone?
I kind of like it.
Salmon covered in Vaseline.
There you go.
I'll see if I can work that in on Thursday.
I think it's a good one. Mark Sanchez, I stole a line from him and used it a whole bunch during the first week of the NFL season. He said, week 1 is a dirty little liar. It doesn't tell you anything about teams.
Greg, didn't we both date some of those when we were in college?
Dirty little liar. By the way,
a few of them even after college.
I also dated some of them, yes. You married one, I think.
Thank you for that, Mace, but you're absolutely right.
The truth hurts.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
You're right, it is.
So
that one kind of cuts at the core a little bit.
How about this Marianne Doe? Have you seen, or Do?
A deer. Who is she?
She's the crazy lady, the crazy Chargers fan who was like,
okay,
out of her mind last night.
Was that a plant?
No, it was not. In fact, she appeared on the McAfee show today and did a full interview. She says, I'm a crazy Chargers fan. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't care if people thought it was I was an actor or a model or something. She was for real.
But I'm going to read a text that I got last night from Brian Cohen. Here is the text.
Yep.
The pain, period. Every Charger loss has come down to an absolute terrible last offensive drive.
It's true.
And I started thinking about it, Brian. I said this to you when I walked in today. I saw Brian. I said, there cannot be anything more disappointing than being a Chargers fan because they never get blown out. They always lose close.
Hang around, yeah.
Always in it.
Or they'll do something like they'll go way ahead, and then the other team will come all the way back and beat them.
Or wait a minute. They'll go for it on fourth down when they could have kicked a field goal, which would have resulted in a tie game.
I mean,
how about that one?
This has to be in. It's like, how many times have you seen this movie, man?
Brandon Staley.
My whole life.
Honestly, the thing that you want to talk about arrogance. Brandon Staley is doing the same thing, despite the fact that it's not working. I understand. Hey, fourth and whatever, we're going for it. Last night, take the friggin' points. You're down 3. Take the friggin' points. It was just obvious and stupid that he wouldn't go for it.
Wait a minute, though. You are the one that always says analytics are part of sports now, and he goes by the book. He goes by the analytics.
Why is nobody else doing this? Why?
Because
does he have a book that nobody else has checked out of the library?
No,
yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, the book is bad. It's a bad book.
Yeah, but he sticks to what the analytics tell him to do,
and he is going to stick with it until he's fired.
What does Brandon Staley actually do well? Is there anything? Does he do one? He was supposed to be a defensive guy for the Rams. He was bad at it. He's bad at it here in San Diego. He's supposed to be now, I guess, an offensive guy. That's not working. Their offense is terrible. What does Brandon Staley do well?
He goes for it on fourth down.
Yeah, there we go.
Greg,
sometimes when he should, he doesn't though. It doesn't make sense.
I actually think Brandon Staley is a very likable guy.
Okay,
I think
on a football field.
That's wonderful. I'm glad he's like
Dave.
Terrible head coach.
Be a nice guy.
He doesn't lose every week. He just loses
when they matter.
Every time they're on national TV.
Literally, they can lose because of him going for it on fourth down using this book that you say that nobody else seems to use. And by the way, let's be honest. I've always said if you have one of these 5, if you've got Mahomes, you got Burrow, you got Allen, you got Herbert. Herbert is overrated.
Okay. He didn't look good last night.
Absolutely overrated.
Wait,
you said comes down to the last play of the game all the time.
Every time.
And doesn't deliver.
And
usually
by
gets
the way,
sacked.
Brian, he missed.
Always gets sacked.
He missed some wide open throws. Let me ask you guys something.
Keenan Allen in the corner was wide open.
Yeah, he was off.
He has a fractured finger on his left hand, his non-throwing hand. That doesn't affect his accuracy as a passer, right? Because he missed some wide open receivers yesterday. Guys he never misses.
Yeah, I mean, he just looked uncomfortable.
I don't need this hand, right?
No, not at all.
But
he just looked uncomfortable.
Greg, turn your mic
yesterday.
on.
Oh, it wasn't on. I thought.
No, there you go.
That doesn't work.
Mic on, mic off.
It's broadcasting. That red light next to you has to be on.
I thought it was on. I must have accidentally turned it off. But yeah, you don't put 2 hands on the ball and try and throw it.
No. Hey, let's be honest.
Why is he missing wide
Because he's overrated.
open
He's an overrated quarterback. He is. I mean, we've all put him in this elite class. He's not an elite quarterback. He has had chances at the end of games multiple times this year. Last night's closing drive was a disaster, Brian.
It was. It's multiple times this year. They have gotten the ball with a chance to tie or win the game, and they don't even gain a yard. There's multiple times where they'll 3 and out, turnover, interception. It is getting to that point.
Overrated. Overrated.
You know why they beat the Raiders? It's because because Aiden O'Connell threw an interception. It had nothing to do with the offense. If you put the ball in Herbert's hand, they would have lost.
All right, mates, look at this. Somebody found a picture of this woman.
Yes.
I think this was a plant.
No way.
She's, first of all, look how good the lighting is. She's in front of a wall. This is her at a Vikings
That's
game
Photoshop.
wearing a Vikings jersey.
Photoshop.
It's Photoshop.
Apparently she's a Charger season ticket holder.
Yeah, she's a Charger. Her name is Marianne Doe. She's a Charger season ticket holder, and she was on the McAfee show earlier today. She says, "This is me, and I'm a crazy Chargers fan."
I didn't think there were any crazy Chargers fans.
Not many of us.
I think everybody who's a Charger fan is crazy. All right, coming up next. Actually, you mentioned the Raiders. You guys are...
They win again.
You guys are ridiculous.
About what?
You in particular are ridiculous. You.
Why?
You right
Why?
there. I'll explain it next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to tell you about ZipRecruiter. You know it can take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job? That's almost 2.5 months. You don't have that kind of time. If you're listening today, I got some advice. Stop waiting. Start using ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find qualified candidates for all your roles fast. Right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. As my buddy Ian Siegel, the inventor of ZipRecruiter, says, they don't leave anything to chance. They use that matching technology to find people that are right, and then they send it to you, and you can hire them and contact them in one click. So stop messing around. Go to that exclusive web address to try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Sedano. Yeah, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Still very much believe in this football team. 1,000%. The good that you see from this football team is good enough to beat anybody.
Exactly, Lincoln Riley. Good enough to beat anybody. And I'm going to put $100,000 mythical dollars on the USC Trojans minus the 7 over Utah on Saturday at the Coliseum.
100,000?
100,000 mythical dollars on USC minus the 7. And by the way,
Greg, how far behind am I from him?
Well, it depends because he's about to hit his 58 straight days, so you're
Right.
going to lose 100. But
Yeah.
right now you're at 275, and he's at 470.
So he would be at
370
370,
when this
but
doesn't- when this
then you go
loses.
right back up unless you take a day off, which I don't think you're going to do.
no, I'm not.
Right.
Definitely not. No days off.
Okay. Greg,
Yes.
50 grand the other way.
Oh, Utah plus the
50 grand
7?
on Utah plus the 7.
I love it.
So there's going to be a $150,000 swing.
You know what I say?
If we die, we die.
Exactly. If we die, we die.
If they die, they die.
All right, so here's the thing. You are sending me stories about, I think Diana Rossini says that Josh McDaniels
Greg, did you hear
is
about
on
this?
the ropes.
No, I missed this one.
Diana Rossini, who left ESPN and now works at The Athletic, says that Josh McDaniels is coaching for his job.
He's 3-3.
He's going to be fired. He's going to be fired.
3.
Hey,
I don't understand you people. Do you
You-
not
nope.
want to win?
I told
we
you.
want to win every game. 3-3 is unacceptable to the
3-3
Raiders.
is you're in the playoff chase. You guys were talking about tanking for Caleb Williams. You're actually in it. Why are you rooting for your coach to be fired when you're in the thick of a playoff chase?
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Well,
Because
how
we don't
is
wanna-
he in the thick of a playoff chase?
We don't
then?
want to be like the Chargers and keep Brandon Staley around for no reason.
Yeah, Brandon Staley is a 500 coach.
Yeah, but I'm watching him do stupid stuff.
Wait, you don't think Josh McDaniels not doing
Oh,
every week?
no, actually, there's one
Every week.
There's one really glaring one.
Yeah, the one where he paid zero attention to the clock.
To the clock, and the one where he paid zero attention to the scoreboard. That one?
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, or the time where he
Where he
decided
kicked the field goal instead of trying
to
to score?
start Tim Tebow for 8 weeks at quarterback.
I mean, you can't hold stuff from Denver against him.
Why not?
Because it's 20 years ago.
He backed out of the Colts job the night before they were going to announce him. Josh McDaniels doesn't always. Send Josh McDaniels back to New
Okay,
England.
so does that mean, in other words, the Raiders, if they lose, fire Josh McDaniels?
Yes.
Or the Raiders, if they win, they keep Josh McDaniels?
No, fire him anyway.
Yeah, so you say win and fire Josh McDaniels.
If he's coaching for Josh, how many wins would it take for him
Just
to
stupid.
be? It's not so stupid.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
It's not.
I think he needs to win 7 games to keep his job.
7 games? No, that's way
No, I
too
think
low.
he's
That's
gotta-
mediocre.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
That's 7 and 10.
It's only
Yeah, if he goes
7 and 10
if he
keeps
goes-
his job.
If he goes 7 and 10, you think they fire him?
Yeah, absolutely. That's terrible. That means they're going to go 6 and 4. We went over their schedule yesterday. They're going to go get to 6 and 4 because they're going to win a couple games.
So
And they're
that'd
going to
be
lose
9 and 8.
everything down the road.
That'd be
Down
9
the
and
road.
8.
9 and 8, and in the playoffs, do you fire Josh McDaniels?
I think if he gets 9 and 8 and in the playoffs, I think you can keep him. But if he doesn't
What
make
about
the
8 and
playoffs,
9
if he
and
doesn't
misses-
make the
8 and 9 and
playoffs, you
misses the
fire
playoffs.
him.
8 and 9 and misses the playoffs.
Then fired.
Fired.
Is that
Fired.
where you stand?
Like Ben and
Are you
Lamarada.
kidding?
But are you rooting for the Raiders to win, or are you rooting for Josh McDaniels to be fired? Because there's
Both.
It's a binary choice. It's either
No.
A or B.
I believe in the George Shinano theory. Both things can be true.
Yeah, not in this case. Not in this case.
We wanted them to win every single game.
I'm
we want
sick
them in
of
the
this
playoffs.
Patriots West stuff.
You're
Every-
3 and 3. You're in it.
Yeah, the Patriots are 1 and 5. Send them back
you're
there.
second in the AFC West right now.
Because the AFC West has the Chargers and the Broncos in
Yeah,
it.
not very good.
Well, you can only play the games in front of you. I don't understand. You root against Josh McDaniels,
Yes.
but root for the Raiders.
Yes, exactly.
You constantly do
Now
this.
you've got it.
You do this 17-0 routine. We've won every Super Bowl since.
Yes.
No.
I don't understand
You've
what you're
gotta-
not getting.
What I'm not getting is, are you rooting for them to win or against them?
For them.
Yes.
Okay, then Josh McDaniels stays.
If they win, then
if he wins, they stay,
All
right?
right, I just thought of the solution.
Oh, God.
All right?
Yeah.
We get Josh McDaniels as the new manager of the Dodgers.
Oh, sure.
And
hire him up.
and then we hire a new coach in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's a guy that can screw up a ham sandwich.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels?
Josh McDaniels, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to get
Nonsense.
to this one last thing. We've got
Nonsense.
big games coming up. So Sunday night, the Milwaukee Bucks were at Crypto.com Arena for a preseason game against the Lakers.
Right. And the Lakers at the start of the game double-teamed Damian Lillard. It was the first time he'd played for the Bucks. They wanted to throw a different look at him. Giannis thought that was highly unusual. He didn't like it. Here's Giannis after the game.
But again, as I said, I've been with the Bucks for this is my 11th season. I've never seen from the first play of the game somebody being double teamed. It was a surprise. It's a preseason game. It's not the playoff game. It's not the regular season game. It's not the in-season tournament game. Or the playing game. It's a preseason game. And he was double teamed. So it's insane, man.
All right. He didn't like it. He says it's insane because it's a preseason game and he's been in the NBA for 11 years. He's never seen it.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the preseason is
for? The point of the preseason is to simulate what's going to happen during the season.
It's to experiment with stuff that you may or may not use in the regular season.
Right.
Why are you complaining about a double team? Hey, Giannis, -1 for complaining.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, you know my view on the preseason. I watched a couple minutes of that game on Sunday, but wake me up when it's Tuesday.
Yeah, one more. Got to get through Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm driving. Tomorrow I'm going to do the show with you here, and then I'm going straight to. Oh, by the way, okay, you used to drive out there a lot.
I still do. My mom's out there.
So I put it into Google Maps.
Yeah.
If I leave here right after Super Crosstalk, if I leave here at 3:15, when am I getting to the desert? Will I get there by 6:30?
Probably 6:30 on the nose. Maybe 6:45.
Yeah. Would it help if I left at like 2:45?
Yeah, I would. Buy you a couple extra minutes.
So maybe I'll skip Game of Games and Super Crosstalk and do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll figure it out tomorrow. But then, you know what I'm excited about?
What?
Last one.
Let's all
go.
over that.
And it's against Phoenix. So this is going to be the beginning of a really big rivalry. Do you know about this? That Frank Vogel gets the Phoenix job.
Sure.
Then he basically takes all the assistants from the 2020 Lakers championship team and puts the band back together in Phoenix. There are 6 former Laker coaches on the coaching staff in Phoenix. So I think they are going to, and they have the best big 3 in the league. We have the best big 2 with Anthony Davis and LeBron. Well, maybe some people would say Dame and Giannis. It's close. But they have Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker.
Right.
I think this is going to be the beginning of a really big rivalry, and they're going to play Thursday in the desert, and then back
home
here
opener, right?
the following Thursday, a week later, for our home opener.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great.
It's going to be fantastic. By the way, Darvin Ham says Jared Vanderbilt is questionable for opening night.
I don't think he's going to start anyway. I think Taurean Prince has seized the starting small forward job.
So you think Taurean Prince is a starter?
I do.
But Vanderbilt may not be available for the opener.
Well, he can come play when he's ready, but I think Taurean Prince has played really, really well. And if I had to guess, I'm guessing. Darvin hasn't told me this, and neither has anyone else.
Although he says he knows who the 5th starter is.
And when someone asked him, is it Taurean Prince, he said, next question.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's Taurean Prince. So it's Taurean, LeBron, AD up front, D'Angelo Russell, who's been the MVP of the preseason. He's been our best player.
MVP of the preseason.
And in Sacramento, they raise a banner for that.
Yeah, they do.
And Austin Reeves in the backcourt. And I think Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, all in the rotation. And then
what about Christian Wood?
Yeah, him too.
In the rotation?
Yeah. I think he'll play.
Yeah.
So that's 10 deep right there.
Right.
So let's go.
Yeah.
I'm anxious. Let's get it on.
Roll.
Have you been to this building that I'm going to tomorrow, the Acrisure Arena?
No, I hear it's fantastic.
My mom went to see Sting there a week ago. She said it was nice.
Yeah, my mom and Leo have been there for a hockey game. They play minor league hockey there. Mm-hmm. And it's a really big deal. It's called the Ice something. I forget what their team nickname is, but they played in the championship game last year, and it was in Palm
If they don't
Springs.
have a team nickname, I think they should name them the Ice Somethings.
The Ice Somethings.
I think that was it.
They are hot. All right, coming up next, we're going to do some Game of Games. Jacob Emrani is here to play Game of Games.
Jacob took it down to the wire last week. Before it was Bergman, you beat him, right, at the end? Or Brian beat you. Beat him, Brian? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we got to start playing defense against Brian Cohen.
Yeah, Brian's actually really good. I'm surprised.
It's getting late early. It's already October 17th. Yeah, I'm coming for you today.
I've only got one, I think.
So do I. Sedano has more than us.
He has 2.
Let's step it up.
Sedano is beating us. All right. Coming up next for you, Jacob Emrani will be here. We'll do some Game of Games, then some Super Crosstalk. It is a combo plate day, which means that we got Sedano and Cappy coming up for you in about 15 minutes. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Next.
It all comes down to Decision Day. The last match of the regular season is here for the black and gold.
Jump for LA Football Club, ole! Ole!
Saturday, every team in the league is in action and battling for playoff seeding. LAFC look for their 3rd straight win before the playoffs as they visit the Vancouver Whitecaps.
LAFC!
Pre-game coverage starts Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
It is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and Jacob Emrani is here. Jacob, how you doing?
I am doing great. I'm ready.
Excellent. So
only one more preseason game left, Jacob, and then they count. Week from today, they count.
I am so excited.
I will be in Denver calling the Lakers' first victory of the season.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, so Jacob, your name is your butt. I'm just kidding.
Do not do that. Don't.
Why? Come on, Jacob. You can't. You afraid to take me on? Name is your buzzer. Let's go.
Yeah,
it's called a brain freeze when I hear that word.
Okay.
So here we go. It is a simple game of fact or fiction. I've got, I think, 10 of these.
All right.
They are random things that may be true or maybe I made them up. So let's start with number 1. There are more fake flamingos in the world than there are real flamingos. More fake flamingos than real flamingos. Jacob, is that fact or is that fiction?
I will say that's a fact.
Fact. Ireland?
Fact.
Fact. Bergman or Brian?
Let's go fiction.
Fiction. And Bergman?
Yeah, fiction.
Nope, it's absolute fact. There are way more fake flamingos than there are real flamingos.
Most of them at the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas.
There you
but,
go.
you know.
Jacob won,
Don't
Ireland
ask me
won.
how I know that.
Number 2, if humans did not have a nose, their eyes would naturally cross. If humans did not have a nose, their eyes would naturally cross. Ireland, is that fact or is that fiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. Brian?
Fiction.
Fiction. Bergman?
Fiction.
Fiction. And Jacob?
I will go with the group.
Fiction is the correct answer. Yeah, I completely made that up. I have no
Sounds
idea
like
what
something
would
you
happen
would
if
make
you had
up.
no nose. All right, number 3. Only 4 days out of 365 of the year feature no professional sports. Only 4 days out of 365 in a year feature no professional sports. Is that fact or is that fiction, Brian?
Fact.
Fact. Bergman?
Fiction.
Fiction. Jacob?
I will go fiction.
Fiction. Ireland?
I think it's 1 day. Fiction.
Fiction. It's actually 2.
Okay.
Wow.
It's the day before the All-Star game and the day after the baseball All-Star game.
All right. So, Brian, you're the only one that missed that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now the score is Jacob 3, Ireland 3, Bergman 2, Brian 1.
All right, number 4. Christian Wood of the Lakers has got heterochromia. He has one blue eye and one brown eye. Is that fact or is that fiction? Bergman?
I hate that I have to go first here. You guys all see him. I don't believe so. No.
Saying fiction.
Yeah.
Jacob?
I will go fiction.
Fiction. Ireland?
Kate Bosworth has this. I know
Max
that.
Scherzer
but,
does.
David Bowie does.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is fiction. I don't think Christian
Fiction.
Wood does have it.
And Brian?
Gotta go fiction.
Yeah, it is fiction. It is a real thing.
Did no one miss
Nobody
that, right?
missed that one.
Okay.
Nobody missed
I
that
mean,
one.
we see pictures of that. Like we see Max Scherzer.
That stands
All right.
out.
Yeah, it does. Number 5. Maine is the closest U.S. state to Africa. Maine is the closest U.S. state to Africa. Jacob, is that fact or is that fiction?
It is a fact.
Jacob says fact. Ireland.
Every map I've ever looked at, Africa is way south and Maine is way north. It's too weird to make up. I'm going fact.
Fact. Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fact here too.
Fact. Bergman.
I mean, I could get a point here, but it does. Maine shoots out more than Florida does, so maybe because of that, I'm going to go fact.
It is a fact, yeah. I looked into this, and because Maine is so far east,
Right.
it's closer to Africa.
All right, so everybody got that?
Everybody got that.
Jacob, you and I are 5 for 5.
That's impressive.
Let's do this.
Number 6, John Tyler, the 10th president of the United States, still has a living grandson. John Tyler, the 10th president of the United States, still has a living grandson. Ireland.
Fiction.
Fiction. Brian.
Fact.
Fact. Bergman.
I mean, fiction.
Fiction. And Jacob.
I'm saying fiction too.
Fiction. It is 100% fact.
Wow.
Harrison
Yeah,
Tyler is 97 years old, the
Wow.
grandson of John Tyler, the 10th president of the
Amazing.
United States.
Okay, Jacob, that's the first one Jacob and I missed. It's the easy scoreboard now. Jacob and John 5, Greg and Brian 4.
Okay. Number 7. There is only one baseball player in MLB history with the initials DH to play DH in the World Series. Only one baseball player in MLB history with the initials DH to play DH in the World Series. I think we start with Ireland here.
I'm going to go fact.
Fact. Brian?
I'm gonna go fiction.
Fiction. Bergman?
I can't think of anybody with the DH. But I'm going to go. How many are left?
This
3.
is number 7, so 3 after.
3. So I'm 1 back?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not ready to do it yet. Fiction.
You're going to say fiction. Okay.
Brian,
oh,
you
no,
went
I said the wrong. I meant to say fact. But I'll stick with fiction.
Fiction,
I'll stick-
okay.
I'll stick
You
with
said
fiction.
I said fact.
I said
Greg
fiction.
Okay, and you and Greg are fiction. What are you,
No,
Jacob?
I'm going
Dumb.
fact.
I meant to do fact.
It is 100% a fact. As a great answer to a trivia question, the
Who's that?
one player with the initials DH
What team
to
did he
play
play
DH
for?
in the World Series, the Red Sox. in 1986?
Okay, Red Sox in 1986.
I think it's unlikely anybody's going to get this.
It is Daryl Hannah.
No, that's very close.
Daryl Hannah.
It is Danny Heap. Remember Danny Heap?
Yep.
The only one.
I remember that name.
Not. I was
All right.
3.
Would have rather see Daryl Hannah play DH for the Red Sox.
What's the score, Ireland?
Ireland 6, Jacob 6, Brian and Greg 4.
Okay.
Two left?
3 left. Number 8. Bananas are actually berries. Bananas are actually berries. We start with Brian this time.
They're ahead, so they have to go first.
Oh, you guys go first.
Thanks, Greg.
Them's the rules.
Jacob, bananas are actually berries. Fact or fiction?
I'm going to go with fiction.
Fiction. Ireland.
I'm going to go fact.
Ireland
Well, you
goes
just
fact.
screwed us. Thanks for that.
Brian, there's 2 more questions after this.
I'm going to go fiction.
After?
Yeah.
You're
gonna go
Greg,
fiction?
fact or fiction?
It is a fact.
Fact. And Brian, did you give an answer?
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay. The correct answer is fact.
Yep.
Yeah,
It is.
banana
Me and Greg.
is a berry.
All right, so that knocks Brian out. There are 2 left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 7. Brian, you have 4. You're out.
Okay.
Okay.
Cecil and Prince Fielder hit exactly the same number of home runs in their careers. Cecil and Prince Fielder hit exactly the same number of home runs in their careers. Who's your first?
I have the lead.
Okay.
This is number 9?
Number 9.
Fact.
Fact. Go to Bergman.
goes to Jacob.
Goes to Jacob.
I will go fiction.
Fiction. Bergman.
And I know it's a fact, but I'm going to say fiction because I have to.
Okay. And Brian.
No, Brian's out.
Brian's out. It is a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
They both hit
It was.
319 career
I had
home
to
runs.
go against what he said.
So it's over, but just do number 10
Okay.
for fun.
The lint that collects in the bottom of a pocket is called ner. The lint that collects in the bottom of a pocket is called ner. Jacob, is that fact or fiction?
It is a fiction.
It is a fiction. Ireland?
You so made this up. Fiction with a capital letters
Fiction
all the
with
way
capital.
across.
Okay. Brian?
Ner.
Fiction.
Fiction. Bergman?
I'm going to go fact just because ner is so weird.
Ner is actually what you call
Oh, my
lint.
God.
I should have known
bottom
better
of
than
a
to go
pocket.
against Mason with words.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
GNURR if you need that word at some point in the future.
All right,
because
did you
of
do
the
a
lint in your
tiebreaker?
pocket. I did.
Let's do it
Okay.
for fun.
Oh, I already gave the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
what
we're
was the
good.
home run
I
total
already-
for
was
Cecil and Prince Fielder?
I already won it.
Yeah. You got it.
All right. That ties me with Sedano. And one back of you. I told you, Brian Cohen, I'm coming
Coming
for
for you.
And I got to make some hay this week because I'm flying to Denver on Monday.
Yeah. So, Jacob, I want to hear about your breast cancer walk.
We are so excited. This is going to be our 5th annual Fight Against Breast Cancer Walk. It'll happen this Saturday at the Citadel. It's supposed to be a couple of thousand people will be there.
Nice.
Is that down Orange County?
No, Citadel right off of the right here, Commerce.
Okay.
Close to Commerce.
Oh, yeah, right where we did our
by
poker
Commerce
tournament.
Casino,
Yeah.
Exactly, right, the Citadel. And basically, we do this every year. For the month of October, as you already know, we turn everything pink. Our billboards go pink. Our commercials go pink. And we work really, really hard to raise a lot of money. And, we always go ahead and bring it all in because, breast cancer is something that has occurred to just about everyone has experienced it, either a sister, a mother, a grandmother, a friend. Everyone has seen it. And thank God all of this effort behind it has now made, if a woman is diagnosed, it's not a death sentence.
Right.
Well, Jacob, I can speak with authority on this. My wife, Lisa, is a breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed in 2011. She had a double mastectomy. It was, when they discovered it, it was stage 2, moving fast, going towards stage 3. And I can tell you for a fact that there has never been a better time to get breast cancer, but you have to get checked.
That's right.
You have to do mammograms. If you're a woman and you feel a lump, don't just assume that you have an insect bite or that it's nothing. Immediately get that thing checked out because of people like you, Jacob, that have raised money for breast cancer awareness, and I applaud you for doing that. Good for you.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
There has never been more medical solutions to breast cancer than there is right now, but you've got to catch it early.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. Catch it early. Get your mammograms, get checked, and if you get it, don't freak out.
Right.
Because even people that are stage 4 now are getting cured. But you have to be aggressive about getting tested and taking care of your health. And that's where like for your walk. By the way, if people want to walk, where do they go? How do they learn?
They can either go to our Instagram page, call.jacob.
Okay.
And they can sign up to join us or just show up there. We're going to have a big team. We'll have a big team there. 9 a.m. it starts. We'll be there as early as 8. We're going to be doing some cool stuff, give away some, nice Laker memorabilia.
Attaboy.
For all the Laker fans that come out. But I did want to say something about what you said. I think the most important thing about breast cancer awareness is teaching people to be proactive.
Right, and not to be ashamed of it.
Exactly. And in the old days, depending on what your economic background was, you may not have had the opportunity to get checked out. And now I can tell you that there's so many opportunities to do it. We actually last year were about to put a mobile mammogram,
where
truck,
people could
where
just
people
walk
could
into
just
the
walk-
truck and
Absolutely.
get privately checked.
Yes,
And,
yes.
And we've got to get the stigma away from girls that are afraid to get mastectomies or, in the case of my wife, she had a double mastectomy. The surgeons that are out there now.
Amazing.
My wife's surgeon was a woman named Maggie Denomi, who is an absolute rock star. And then her reconstruct was done by a guy in Beverly Hills named Jay Oringer, who is one of the best dudes I've ever met.
Amazing.
He treats these women like they're his daughters.
That's so nice.
But the key to it, Jacob, again, if you take anything away from this discussion, is get checked often, talk to your doctor about it, and don't be afraid to get treated and to be proactive if you get a diagnosis that you have breast cancer, because they can cure it, but they've got to get on it quick.
Perfectly
so
said.
good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad
Thank you,
you're
guys.
doing that.
Appreciate you.
Very
guys.
proud of you.
And
Thank you.
If you want to participate, go to Jacob's Instagram page, which is @call.jacob.
Thank you. Appreciate
Jacob,
you guys.
Great seeing you, man.
Thank you. You too.
See ya. Are you going to be at the game Thursday?
Absolutely. Wouldn't
Awesome.
miss it.
All right, cool.
Wouldn't miss it.
Beautiful.
Nice. All right, Jacob and Ronnie there. Hey, don't forget, if you are involved in any kind of accident, Jacob is the guy you want. Everybody loves a fighter in this town. Winning matters. So remember, anybody can fight, but Jacob is here to win for you. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Let's hit the Super Stager.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There you go. Cappy is in the house. By the way, if you ever want to know the sound that I make when the Rams are on defense and it's third down, it is exactly this.
So if I hear that, that's coming from you.
Yeah, that means it's third down and the Rams are about to make a stop. That's what I'm talking about, Cappy.
Third down.
So do we have Sedano or no?
Yeah, he'll be along.
Oh, is he coming in?
Yeah,
He's in the house.
He's in the house.
He's somewhere.
I saw him roaming around here.
He didn't come in and barge in on the show at some
Well,
point.
no, he's probably jumping on. Did you get some of that banana pudding cap with the vanilla wafers in
the
it?
lazy dog, folks.
Okay, so look, I don't know if it's going to last, but all of a sudden I've had like an awakening in the last few days of how fat I've become.
Yeah.
And so I've just...
I disagree with that, by the way.
By the way, you don't look fatter than normal.
No, I look as fat as normal, right?
Yeah.
But that is very fat for me. And I can't hide it anymore. I've literally come to the conclusion that I just can't hide it. I try and close. I've changed my underpants because like
you and your underpants.
Well, I thought the underpants, like the elastic was too tight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
no.
I thought it was pushing my like mushroom top up. So I wore bigger underpants. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like loosen up a little
Loosen
bit.
the underpants.
It's not the case.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah.
And it's my belly. So I've recently started to try and turn my head around, like get off carbs, get off sweets, like try and like not eat
You have
that.
what appears to be an orange or a tangerine there.
Yeah.
That's good. Fruit
It's okay.
is good.
It's all right.
See, here's the thing. There are two ways to go. Ireland, you always say, eliminate sugar.
Eliminate sugar and alcohol, and you'll lose 10 pounds.
So I need a little bit of sugar every night. So I have a small dessert every single night before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be like deprive myself, and then all of a sudden order donuts. If I've got a little taste of dessert, that's enough.
That'll get
for
you
me.
through the day.
That gets me through.
Okay, but you're saying before you go to bed.
Correct.
That's a bad idea.
I eat about 9.
Yeah, see, that's my problem too, is I eat late. And so when you eat late, it sits on you while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to reorganize some things. It's not, I don't
See,
know.
I feel like, Shadano's a big fan of it. I feel like I'm intermittent fasting because I eat at 9 p.m. and then not again until noon.
Yeah, but you shouldn't eat at 9 p.m. They say you should stop. Right. You should be done eating by 7.
Yeah.
You're telling.
That's what they say.
You're telling that to a guy who's lost 30 pounds in the last 2 years.
Okay, hey, you do your thing, man.
So whatever's working, but I'm saying that your
Whatever
metabolism
works, right.
dictates that if you eat earlier, you'll burn it off.
Right, exactly. So Cappy, but you're still seeing Alex on the Peloton, are you not?
Oh, yeah, no, Alex Toussaint and I get down on the Peloton this morning. I did a yacht rock class with Jen Sherman, so we did a little bit of yacht rock this morning, which I think you guys would both enjoy.
I hate yacht rock, but
I know you do, but I mean,
I don't.
It would annoy the hell out of me. I'd probably pedal harder.
On a Peloton, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yacht rock, yeah. You sing along, the whole deal.
Don't you want upbeat?
Nah, it depends.
No?
Depends on the day.
Really?
Depends on how you're feeling. Some days you just get on and you're like, I'm just happy to be on. I was probably going to blow this off, so the fact that I'm on here, I'll take a little yacht rock and I'll take it easy.
I always think I would like a Peloton, and then I think, no, I would use it for a while, and then I would just quit, and it would sit there, and I'd hang clothes on it like Bergman does.
I once got a treadmill from a company in Orange County called Star Trek. This is years and years ago.
Okay.
Star Trek, like the TV show?
Yeah, maybe it was Track, T-R-A-K, Star Trek, right? And I went to visit them one day in their hub.
Right.
And these were gym quality $5,000 treadmills,
Yep.
So they were giving me one. I was their spokesperson. So they were giving me a treadmill. So they gave it to me. And I used it, and then I finally stopped using it. Wasn't using it as much.
Yep.
Wasn't using it as much. And I was hanging clothes on it, and then I wasn't using it at all. And then I sold it. I wound up selling it for I don't know, $500 or whatever it was.
Just get what you can.
I was like, just get it out of my house because it takes up too much space. I didn't pay for it. It was easy for me to not use it. This Peloton, I bought it, and I'm still making payments on it.
And you pay a monthly fee, right?
I think I pay $60 a month for the...
Bergman has a Peloton, and right now there are 3 or 4 pieces of clothing hanging from it, so it works as a second closet.
I understand. You see, now I won't let that happen to me because I bought this Peloton, and I pay for the classes every month.
Right.
Do you know that I'm one of these people that I have too many subscriptions and then I don't use them?
Yes.
And then I wind up paying for them. So the other day, I walk into this gym that I'm a member of. It's called Choose, C-H-U-Z, Choose Fitness. And I bought this membership. It's $25 a month for me and my daughter, $50 total. I'm the perfect gym member because I never go and I pay every month.
There you go.
Right. Okay. So I'm the person they want.
Yeah.
And I walked in there the other day to look at somebody face to face. I got to cancel this membership.
Right.
They make it so hard for you to cancel.
How so?
They're like, okay, think about this, sir. So this is November's coming up, then December, then January. Your 1 year actually ends on January 7th.
Right.
Now, you can cancel today and pay the $50 cancellation fee, $100 for you and your daughter.
Right.
Or you could pay the $50 next month and the $50 next month, and it's $100, and you could still use the gym, and you don't have to pay the cancellation fee.
I see.
And I'm like, okay.
That's a little ingenious by them.
Sold? You agreed to that?
So I true story, Mace, you'll love this. The girl was kind of talking me around in circles, and I just wasn't buying what she was selling.
Yeah.
So I said to Rachel, Rachel, will you come over here? Will you listen to this and figure this out? And the girl talked circles around her, too, and I was like, okay, we're out of here.
Right.
We're out of here.
But you didn't cancel.
On January 7th, my 1 year when I don't have to pay the cancellation fee, that's the damn canceling, and between now and then I'll spend the exact same amount of money, and I may or may not use it.
Yeah. So I walked into a personal training gym in my neighborhood a couple of weeks back. I mentioned this on the air while we were a couple of weeks ago. And I walked in, I thought, okay, I'm going to get a trainer, and I'm going to go through it 3 times or whatever that is. So I walk in, and I talk to him, and he's a fat guy.
How fat?
The trainer is fat? The trainer is fat.
How fat are we talking?
He was probably...
Like, you mean like me fat?
He was probably 6'1" and 50 pounds heavier than me.
Okay, so you're looking at somebody like me, and you look at my body. If I were a trainer...
He's bigger than you.
And you would say...
So did you then decide to pass on that?
I would never train with a fat guy.
Okay.
It's like I'm trying to not be
tell
what
me,
you are right now.
Yeah.
Tell
Why are
me
you the trainer?
Tell me if I did the wrong thing. Hi, Sonano.
Hello.
Tell me if I did the wrong thing here. for years, I had a pediatrician when I was growing up, when I was a kid. And the guy went to our church. And so one day, I'm like in high school.
I have no idea where this story's going, but
this is
church,
gonna be
little
great.
kid,
Go ahead.
pediatrician, I'm
Okay.
worried.
Yeah. Right. So I go to high school, and I walk out of the church, and I see the doctor, Dr. Rydell, and he's smoking.
Oh.
He's having a cigarette out in the parking lot. And I looked at my mom, and I went, can't go to him anymore.
Yeah.
And she went, why? I go, I don't want to go to a doctor who smokes.
I'm
It
with
doesn't
you.
make any
That's
sense.
weird.
Was that an overreaction
No,
on my
I
part?
think
That's right.
No.
I would have done the same.
I had a friend who was a cancer doctor.
Yes.
True story.
Okay.
Swear to God.
Got it.
Guy was a cancer doctor. Smoked a pack of cigarettes a day and died before he was 60 years old. Of like some kind of like lung cancer.
Yeah.
So,
You know?
Chris, can you jump in here? Are you there? What did Chris do?
What's his deal?
Yeah, he could come
May,
in.
May says he wouldn't train with a guy who's heavy.
Yeah, no.
You know what I would do if I were that trainer?
What?
I would tell you as a potential client, hey, the reason I'm carrying this kind of weight is I'm a power lifter. That's what I train for. I'm a
May
trained
says
power
he wouldn't
lifter.
train with a guy who he thinks is fat.
Why?
Because I'm trying to not be what he already
But
is.
he may be a great trainer. For instance, my golf game is not always amazing, but I can see things in the swing, so I help Tommy Lamb be a better golfer. So I can see the swing better than maybe somebody else can.
Right, but if I'm
That
going,
doesn't mean I have to be a scratch golfer to be a teacher.
But if I'm going somewhere to get in shape.
But maybe somebody makes personal choices because of demons in their body. That doesn't mean they can't advise
Right,
you.
but if they can't control their demons, I need somebody who's can fight demons.
But what happens?
Actually
You don't know
train-
why, Mace. You don't know why he's fat.
I don't. I have no idea.
So he
For
may have
instance,
outstanding conditions.
Even though you may not be great on the air anymore 5 days a week, you can help Sedano
Listen
be
to this.
better.
Listen to this fat ass. What?
Oh, mark that tape because I'm going to use that.
Mark that tape.
I am going to use that against you.
30625 is when it happens.
That's I believe that's harassment, Cappy, right?
I don't know if that was
Somewhere.
harassment. I'm not sure.
Sedano the Puppet Master wins again by bringing
yeah,
in
that I was
Morales.
going to say.
Yeah.
That was very
Yes.
good. Very creative.
See, I knew this was going to happen. You have this opinion about a trainer who's overweight, and it's going to get used against you.
Yeah.
You're now a bad guy.
No, you
Bad guy?
know what you want? You
Mace,
want
it
a
makes
dictator.
perfect.
No,
Mace,
I don't mind.
It makes perfect sense to me.
I'm an honest
I
guy.
don't. I make fun of my own weight, but others that hear that may not think that was
Well,
nice.
You want like
Especially
somebody,
all your little minions in the mafia and
Oh,
the
your
Reddit
minions.
page and
Stop.
everything.
Stop. You want someone to crack the whip. You want like an authoritarian dictator trainer.
But you also want somebody that you say, if you're going to tell me how to train
The
and
Fidel
how to
Castro
eat,
of trainers.
if you're going to tell me these things, look the part.
Yeah, look. That's it. Look the part.
Right.
If you're a trainer, look the part.
That's your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
But great therapists are usually more screwed up than their patients. That's
That
what makes
part,
them great.
I literally just told Sedano that in his ear.
What?
Or
Say it
somebody's
again.
ear.
Say it again.
What'd you say?
That therapists usually are more bleeped out of their mind than their patients.
Well,
My mother's an amazing therapist. She's insane.
Is she? Is your
I did
mother a
not say
therapist?
that. I did not say
No,
that.
I didn't realize. Is she a psychiatrist?
Psychologist.
And she's nuts?
Psychologist.
Oh,
but
my
that
God.
doesn't
Really?
mean.
What do you think made me this way?
Wait,
Yeah,
as
well.
George, I always credit you when I say this. Both things can be true,
Yes.
Chris.
See?
Your mom could be an excellent therapist and be nuts.
By the way, and
doesn't matter.
Isn't it natural that a therapist would be nuts because all they do is sit around all
Talking
day
to
and listen
people.
to people who are nuts?
Right.
But I think your point about you don't have to be a scratch golfer to be a good golf coach.
Right.
Well, matter of fact, most golf coaches are frustrated golfers who never made it.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, Mace? I'm a frustrated trainer that just can't get myself in check.
And matter of fact, Mace, if you look
I
at
can
most,
show you how to bench press.
If you look at most the best coaches in NBA history,
Put you on the bacon diet.
not great players.
Yeah.
Not
right.
great players. I
That's
mean,
true.
not Greg Popovich. Never
Yeah.
played in the NBA.
Pat Riley was
Pat Riley, a backup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phil Jackson, backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red
Same in-
Auerbach, never played.
Yeah.
You know, it
Brandon Staley never really played.
boy,
But he
Brandon.
went for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
What a
Eric
gutless
Spoelstra, only
Gutless.
D1.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1A, one double A,
So
actually.
you're saying I should give the fat guy a chance?
I can show you how to do butterfly press and butterfly kisses like nobody's business.
Yeah, neither.
Butterfly
And
kisses
then,
are
and
nice.
then after you
Those
do
are
that,
nice.
Chris, you can go to the gym.
Nice.
Did you hear all the Andrew Friedman hoo-ha today?
Yeah, the
you guys-
35-minute press conference
did.
where no one asked about Dave Roberts.
I heard it. I heard the whole
Really?
thing.
Yeah,
Listen,
I was in a meeting, so I didn't hear
It
it.
was
okay.
It was surreal,
stunning.
George.
I
Never
was-
seen anything like it.
I was driving up. Let me tell you something right now. The LA media,
Gutless?
Soft.
embarrassing.
Yeah, embarrassing.
Gutless, soft, and embarrassing.
And we had
Ask
Bill
the
Plunkett
real
on, and
questions.
we said, Bill, he was there, and I said, Bill, did they tell you what to say? He goes, no. He goes, I only, and you don't only get so many questions. I use mine to ask them if they were arrogant by not making changes.
Right.
And they say no. They are arrogant.
Yeah, they are absolutely arrogant. The way they're doing it is the right way to do it. Dave Roberts is the right guy.
And isn't there a little bit of this to it, too? They draw 3.8 million fans, so they're number one in fans. They have the biggest TV contract, and they know they don't need to do anything. You're good, Mace. You're the perfect example of this. You're very frustrated with their inactivity, but you're still going to watch every Dodger game next year.
You're going
to go to every playoff game in person. You're going to go to 10, 12 regular season games, and nothing they could do. Right, nothing they could do is going to
change you,
cure you of your ailment.
Yeah,
you're a Dodger fan.
But in this press conference,
Please.
It sounded like
for those that don't know what just happened here,
Good for
Bergman
you.
walked in here and literally handed me a piece of paper that said,
read
this at the end.
Right.
And George said, I'm so glad you said there is such a lack of civility in most workplaces, and that was a great example.
Yeah. By the way, I left my glasses. I need to find those. Hold on, I'll be right back.
for not one person.
Yeah.
Not one person to be at that Dodger press conference and use their question. We only get one. I got to use my question. I got to think of the right thing. For not one person to ask a question, is Dave Roberts the manager of this club next year?
If so, why?
And if so, why?
Okay, and here's what it made me think as a listener. I was listening to the whole press conference. Mm-hmm. The Dodger PR staff said to everybody in the room.
Bill says it didn't happen.
Bill Plunkett says absolutely not.
Okay,
And I trust Bill.
I'll take his word for it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you and Bill and everybody else that if you were listening and you didn't know better, you'd be like, did the Dodgers tell them that they're going to revoke their credentials if they have the audacity to ask about Dave Roberts?
They did soft pedal, softball, everything.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was one of the strangest press conferences I can remember.
And the other thing is Andrew Friedman. You know what's interesting about Andrew Friedman? How he doesn't know anything. You hear how many times he said, I don't know? Here's what he said. So we keep having these great regular seasons, and there's a lot to be proud of, and it's not a lack of effort, and it's not a lack of caring, but I don't really know what has gone wrong in the postseason. I can see that the bats were asleep. I can see that our pitching wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But I don't really know. And then it's like, so you're going to spend the offseason figuring out what you currently don't know?
Right.
So, to me...
Well, here's the trick with Friedman.
All right, go ahead. He doesn't say anything. You know that.
He talks forever, though.
Doesn't say a word.
You didn't talk to him for 2 hours.
Yep.
Won't say a damn thing.
But
it's a gift.
Yeah.
That's smart.
It's honestly, it's a gift that he's able to do that.
That's what Derek Jeter did for 20 years in baseball.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true.
See, like, I don't have that ability. You know, like if they ask me,
oh my
you're
God,
gonna
no, you're in trouble.
Right.
We're talking about your underpants.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
I have no ability to, like, watch my mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just spout stuff, you know?
Yes.
So
Kevin Porter, who's a really good player for the Rockets, was accused of beating up his girlfriend, was cleared of all charges today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the Rockets just traded him to Oklahoma City.
And Oklahoma City is cutting him.
So why would Oklahoma City do the move?
Because there were two other players, including Victor Oladipo,
Victor and Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
And Oklahoma City got 2 second-round draft picks.
So that's what they did for the draft picks, and
yeah.
they're going to cut Kevin Porter.
Correct.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just on SportsCenter.
Can I see your glasses, Mace?
These?
The sunglasses?
No, your regular glasses.
I don't need my regular glasses
you
during
don't?
the daytime. No, I don't wear them here.
I do.
Get your own friggin'
Kathy, I'm
some.
losing my eyesight rapidly.
I can't see anything. I swear to you, it's ridiculous. I mean, let me see
Just
this.
put those on. They're just readers.
Yeah.
You buy them at CVS.
Yeah. No, seriously. They're like
my God.
$9.99.
I got to have these.
Well, just walk into the Rite Aid.
Yeah, they literally cost $5,
You have
Cap.
these when you drive?
No.
Okay.
That's Cap. If you need them for, I just need them to read.
Hence readers.
Yeah,
readers.
George,
yeah,
I'm exactly like you, Cappy. If you need glasses to drive and you don't have them, go get them immediately.
It's at night. It's at night where
get them
things are
immediately.
blurry all
You're
of a sudden.
driving Morales at night. Does he know this?
What does he care? He doesn't want to drive.
He also doesn't want to live past 50, he said.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't care.
I don't blame you, Chris.
Yeah.
All right.
Gets a lot worse.
That's it for us. Combo plate continues.
Love the combo plate.
We're back tomorrow at 1. Sean McVay is going to join us
Oh,
tomorrow.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, unless you guys steal him somehow.
Oh, that could happen.
We've lost a friend.
Which would turn us into the Petty Brothers.
Speaking of friends.
we're back tomorrow at 1/710 ESPN.
Yeah, I got to read this because Greg told me and he said, please. But also
Please do
because
it.
it's our friends Tequila Mandala who brought us this beautiful ESPN
love
LA
them.
bottle that will now just reside here in the studio.
That is very nice.
You know what I really want? This is part of the ad.
Yeah.
I really want one of their Day of the Dead commemorative.
I can make that happen for
Oh, yeah.
I can make that happen for you.
They're beautiful.
They are. They're very
Yeah,
pretty.
they're very
I got
cool.
the one last year, which was very nice. They have a new one this year. So
Nice.
it'll be on my Instagram. coming
good.
very soon. Yes.
Okay, cool.
But let me tell people about our friends at Tequila Mandala, award-winning artisanal small batch premium sippy tequila, founded by a couple of guys just like you, one from Downey, the other one from Jalisco, Mexico. So again, one born and raised here in Southern California with a vision to create a sippy tequila meant for sharing with friends and loved ones. So whether it's the wedding, you want to do it at an anniversary party, a birthday party, the carne asada, you name it, bring it over. You've heard me talk about it. You've seen us post the pictures. If you see it on the YouTube right now, it's right here in the studio each and every day with the ESPN LA 710 logo on it. And again, it's a beautiful hand-painted ceramic bottle. What a conversation starter, but nothing like the nectar of the gods inside. So have you tried Tequila Mandala yet? If not, what are you waiting for? All right, Tequila Mandala. Demand the extraordinary. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, to find stores and locations near you. Tequila Mandala. Up your game. Demand the extraordinary. Tequila Mandala.